Welcome to the second of our Monday morning short messages covering values that turn ordinary people into extraordinary leaders. 3 friends from the local congregation were asked, when you're in your casket and friends and congregation members are mourning over you, what would you like them to say? Artie said, I would like them to say that I was a wonderful husband, a fine spiritual leader, and a great family man. Eugene commented, I would like them to say that I was a wonderful teacher and a faithful servant of God who made a huge difference in people's lives. Bill said, I'd like them to say, look, he's moving. What would you like people to say at your coffin other than, look, he's moving? But what do you feel that they will say about your approach to life? Are they going to say he or she was a remarkable person who had remarkable behavior? Everything they did with a spirit of excellence, and they did a lot. You could count on them for anything and everything at all times. They cared about other people more than themselves, and they never stopped getting better. Or will they say, they were a mediocre person. They didn't do anybody any harm, but they didn't really do anybody any good either. They just went on from day to day through life, kind of just being who they are. Lots of people will say to you when you aren't the very best at everything you do that that's okay. It's easy to find people to help you justify and enable your lack of desire, energy, or fortitude to be the very best at everything you can do. They're going to say, it's okay, you do 4 times more than anybody else anyway. If you felt you should have done 5 times more, don't sink to anybody else's level to tell you to be less than what you can be. You know what you can be. You can be a remarkable person. You are put on this earth to be a cut above everyone else. You have a remarkable spirit of excellence inside of you, or you never, ever would have had what it takes to quit your job and start up or buy and continue to run a company. That takes a lot of fortitude. It takes a person who knows that they're a cut above the rest, because not everybody can do this. You have to be a cut above to do it. Do you walk the talk? Do you say one thing and do another? You know your actions will automatically show who you are. They show what your spirit is. Is it a remarkable spirit? Do you go above and beyond the call of duty at all times? Are you cut above the rest? Do you make sure that you keep getting better all the time? And if you can't, that you find a mentor who will help you get better? Do you make the best better? Do you take the poem that we all used to say 40 years ago to a new level? Good, better, best, never let it rest till the good gets better and the better gets best? Or do you take what's best, turn it around the next year and make it even better, because you know you can always improve? The next year you can do the next level. You do not stop, because you know by stopping you will stop being remarkable. When you stop being remarkable, people will stop remarking and you will stop growing. I'm not asking you to spend money. I'm simply asking you to take pride in what you have and what you do. Because if you do, you will automatically get more. Think about it materialistically. If you take care of your old cars that might be 10 years old and have 350,000 miles on them, you can get 450,000 miles on them. If you proactively change the oil rather than waiting until the engine blows up because there's no oil in it, there's a difference of $1,500 that you can spend on your next vehicle to add to your fleet of cars. Take care of the human beings you're around. Do you spend time and money on the one resource that makes you, the only resource you have that makes you money? Your employees, your cleaners, your field managers. Do you spend enough time and enough money on them? Or is that the first thing you bump in your things to do because you're running out of time? And how about you? Do you take care of you? Do you know if you take care of you, you will make 20% more money than anybody else if you physically look more fit than your counterparts? Very thin women earned approximately $22,000 more than their average weight counterparts. thin women earned a total of $7,000 per year more than their counterparts. And heavy and very heavy women, retrospectively, have lost $9,000 to $19,000 respectively versus their counterparts because they're heavier. If you take the woman who makes $22,000 a year more because she's a very thin woman, her having the discipline to exercise and watch what she eats over a 40-year work span of starting at age 82 and quitting at age 62 has made her $880,000 in a lifetime, almost $1 million. Puts in a whole new perspective on me wanting to lose that 15 pounds I put on when I was up north for those couple of months, and creating the habit that I used to have where I can't start my day without exercising, rather than my current thought of, oh my gosh, I got to start my day exercising. It's all in having a spirit of excellence, wanting to leave a mark of merit, wanting to be the very best that you can be, which is, by the way, a moving target. Are you distinguishing yourself as a leader? Are you doing something different than your counterparts? Are you leaving a remarkable mark of merit wherever you go? Are you taking the time to develop and lead your employees? Are you investing the time in them that they're going to invest in your success? How are you presenting yourself? Do you look the best you can always look? When you go out on a Saturday morning to grab a loaf of bread and run into one of your internal or external clients, do they go, oh my gosh, do you just always look this straight? Or do they look typical? Nothing wrong with being mediocre, nothing wrong with being average, but they're going to, if they leave you, if you look above and beyond, if you look remarkable, they're going to remark to somebody else how you are a remarkable person. As owners, we've been called to be a cut above everybody else. Are you living up? Are your actions portraying what you have been called to be? We have been given the spirit of excellence and eminence on the inside. We are so blessed to have been given this, and we wouldn't be owners if we weren't given it. All we need to do is find that seed of greatness, that spirit of excellence and eminence on the inside, and portray it on the outside in every single thing we do, doing it with excellence. Have a great week and be a remarkable owner.